top 3 movies every actor should watch and which performance they should study. That's like, in terms of acting. Doesn't mean story, but whether it's Glengarry Glen Ross, whether it's Network, I mean, just in terms of acting and performances.
Okay, top movies and top performances are 2 different categories.
Okay, top performances. Let me.
Top performances. Blue Jasmine.
Okay, yeah,
Blue
I agree about
Kate Blanchett, because that was to me, it was a stunning performance, because in terms of the way I work, I think there are certain actors, when I say actors can't do this alone, there are some actors who have these amazing abilities to allow themselves to sink deep into a character. Kate Blanchett is one of them, and Blue Jasmine is one of those performances, almost regardless of what you think of the movie. Just watch her work in the multifaceted ways, because of different time frames that she had to experience that character. Another actor, Daniel Day-Lewis, is similar. If you look at his work in Lincoln or Gangs of New York and stuff, he's another actor who has found a way of dropping himself deeply into a character. And very quickly, one interview I read about him, not with him, an actress who worked with him and asked him at the end of the movie, because she couldn't talk to him during the movie because he was in character all the time, asked him why he spent so much time and so much energy just to get into a character like that. And his answer was, he says, "I'm not a good enough actor to do it any other way," which I thought was profound. He sees himself as a very limited actor, but he knows what he needs to do to get deep into that character. If you watch Manchester by the Sea, Casey Affleck's performance, I think, is stunning. Yeah. Regardless of his history, his background, and the problems that he has, watch that performance, because there's another actor who has dropped so deeply into the nuances of a character's, it's sort of startling. Meryl Streep will do this frequently. Frequently, she's only been nominated 20 times. But I mean, there are certain actors who you watch them and they can literally disappear. You feel that the character takes on, and that's what we're looking for.
Chameleons?
Chameleons in a way, but I see it as more than a chameleon. Chameleon is more like I will change myself into something. So, which it is chameleon-like, but it is I will release myself. I will give myself over. This is my experience. My experience of these actors is they give themselves over and just allow themselves to be in that world, with, in a way, ignoring themselves, regardless of what happens to them as an individual, as an actor. They have to be that. It's a total relinquishment to the character.
And if someone were to watch, let's say, those performances from those 4 or 5 actors that you mentioned, what about turning down the sound and just seeing the body language, the reactions, the expressions, the micro expressions?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, watch them in detail. Just watch them. Yeah, turn on and watch the movies, which Elsha and I do. We could have a whole discussion about that. Watch it several times. And watch, and even stop and look at it, and go back and just look at that moment. Just look at that reaction, and understand that with the best performance, that reaction was not planned. That stunning reaction probably was not planned at all. It just happened. I remember I was working with an editor who I've worked with in a couple of films of mine. He was showing me a film that I didn't direct. A scene, and there was a stunning moment in that scene. He says, "You know, that's the only time she ever did that." And that to me was a key thing. That, to capture those moments that happen. But first of all, the actor has to allow themselves to give that unplanned. Planned performances are death. Unplanned performances are where the gold is. Just go in there and just see what happens.